Good morning, everyone. We are continuing here in the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch in the very detailed and sometimes complicated laws of Ribbis, loaning and borrowing money with interest. And he writes today the following. There are things that a person can do that appears to be Ribbis, even though perhaps it's really not, but as a result of that, it's also prohibited for a person to do. The lender must be careful that the lender cannot benefit, he cannot derive benefit from the borrower. For example, he borrows his tools, he borrows some of his items without the borrower's knowledge, without the person who borrowed the money knowing that the lender is using and benefiting from his things. And that's as long as the money that was loaned to the borrower is still in the hands of the loiva, is still in the hands over here of the borrower. Even if it's something that, let's say, Ruvain is the lender and Shimon is the borrower, and even if Shimon never borrowed the money from Ruvain, if Ruvain would have asked, "Can I borrow your car?" he would have said, "Of course." Reuben would ask, "Can I borrow your shovel to go dig a hole in my backyard?" "Yeah, of course," said Shimon, "no problem." So even though that he would have loaned him, let him borrow that, even without the transaction of the money taking place between the two of them, you can't do that. Why? Since that the borrower, Ruvain, is now benefiting pleasure from the loive without the borrower's permission, it appears that Ruvain, the lender, relies upon Shimon, because since that he loaned him money and he's still holding on to that money, that he would forgive him and not protest if he would end up using his things. And that would constitute a violation of Ribbis. If the borrower would allow you to use his things and he wouldn't protest at all, he's just saying, go ahead and get the benefit from it, so therefore that is considered to be Ribbis. However, if he's benefiting from him with his knowledge, the borrower Shimon knows that he's borrowing his tools or his car, then in that case mutter. However, that's only in a case where Shimon, the borrower, would have allowed him to use these things, even had he not borrowed the money. And furthermore, it has to be something that is not done publicly. So if I would go and start living in his courtyard, for example, or I would borrow, let's say, his cleaning lady, or maybe then it would mean even if I would be driving, people would see me driving around town in his car. So all of those things which are public, so then people might get the wrong idea and think that you took it without his permission, and therefore he was being meichel, he forgave you for that. So it's as if he's giving you something that he would not give you, and that's going to be considered ribbis. Then you can't do it. But anything that would be private, anything that other people wouldn't know about, as long as he would have allowed you to borrow beforehand, then it would be permissible to use it now as well. We have many more halachas over here in the laws of Ribbis to go, so stay tuned, and in Yat Hashem we shall continue tomorrow. All the best.